I did some marathon pace in this shoe and it feels the best at marathon pace. Hey everyone and welcome back on the channel. My name is Alex and today we are reviewing the Nike Air Zoom Alphafly Next Percent 2, the shoe just released today. We're gonna take a quick look at the specs, the stats, the metrics, and then we'll look at the fit, the ride, and finally whether you should get this one or V1. First of all, specs, stats, the weight. This shoe gains 15 grams in my size US 11, EU 45 at 266 grams for this very shoe. Drop and stack height, very interesting. Nike claims an 8mm drop on this shoe against the 4mm on V1. I have measured this shoe at 6mm and I suspect it has 40mm in the heel, 34 in the forefoot. Now it's very tricky to measure and compare my measurement with what the brand claims, but I don't really think, it doesn't feel like an 8mm drop. Maybe more than 4, that I can agree, but I wouldn't say 8, especially if, you know, keeping in mind that the Vaporfly has 8mm drop, and I don't think this one feels the same in terms of drop. Geometer score, the ZoomX midsole, Pebax midsole comes at 37 on the geometer scale, so harder than you would expect, but it still has that bouncy, energetic ride to it. And last but not least, width of the platform. This shoe gains a bit of width, 6mm in the forefoot, so that's quite a lot of width, and 3mm in the heel, making it a little bit more inherently stable, and I think that's actually welcome, especially in the forefoot, so good updates here. Upper Atom Knit 2.0. I believe this upper is also a nice update, nothing groundbreaking, and nothing groundbreaking is the sort of general keyword here for this update. Nothing groundbreaking for the upper update. Atom Knit 2.0 removes the overlay here in the forefoot, so no more overlay, and that gives a bit more room and comfort here in the forefoot for the toes. It has a very nice padded heel collar that adds quite a lot of comfort, and I would say that's the biggest, nicest update to the upper. 2 tabs that you really need to put your feet in these shoes because they're quite snug, and overall the fit is quite snug. It's a true to size fit, but a snug one, so keep that in mind if you have wide feet, longer feet, or, you know, being towards the end of your size and be between 2 sizes, maybe consider going half up on this shoe. Otherwise, for the upper, I had a little bit of an issue here with some underlays. I will show you maybe some detail shots. You can see this part right here, and some rubbing here, nothing too bad, and I think just a bit of anti-chafing cream, or maybe working a bit here with some, I don't know, removing that, who knows, but that's the only issue I had with the upper. Midsole and ride, I would say this is a very, very similar ride to V1, with maybe a little less bounce to it and a little more, I would say, efficiency. You lose a bit of fun, but you gain maybe a bit of efficiency. That's how I felt it. Still, that's very, very energetic ride, bouncy, leg saving. I did some crazy sessions in this shoe. You will see a video releasing, maybe you already saw it, maybe it will release, running at Eliud Kipchoge's marathon world record pace, 2 minutes and 50 seconds per kilometer with this shoe. I did some marathon pace in this shoe and it feels the best at marathon pace. It's the most efficient at marathon pace. Same here, stay tuned for a very interesting video on efficiency with this shoe. So it covers a wide range of paces. At 2 easy paces, it feels too unstable, but it's not a shoe meant for very, very easy paces. And other than that, I must say it's very similar in terms of ride compared to V1. Rubber outsole, Coverage is good, durability I predict will be good. I don't see any wear and tear after 52 kilometers in this shoe, which is a good thing. It is a bit more exposed in terms of what you see of the carbon plates here, because it has a bigger cutout, but that's more aesthetics. And it has a bit more foam under the AirPods in the forefoot. I do believe this isn't necessarily for comfort, because I didn't feel much of a difference. I think this is mainly to preserve the pods and avoid having them flattening out, which happened to many people with V1. So a bit more protection between these AirPods and the ground. I believe that's the main reason. Price point, this shoe comes at 305 euros. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was 270 pounds, 275 pounds, which I think is quite a lot. It's a steep price, and it's a big, you know, a big raise, a big hike in terms of price point. I believe this is too much, and if you can get a V1, do so. Get a V1 instead of this one. It will be a fantastic shoe once V1 is sold out everywhere, but before that, try and get a V1 for the price point mainly, unless you are really struggling with the upper on V1 and want to have something a bit nicer here in the heel. One thing to mention, the insoles are removable, glued but removable, and the arch issue that many people had with V1, I believe will be the same here, because the last is quite similar. And if you had issues here with the arch protruding a bit too much, you will still have it here with V2. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Many other videos coming at you with the Alphafly Next Percent V2. Stay tuned for that, and in the meantime, enjoy your run, enjoy your ride, and go beyond your limits. I'll see you in the next one.